hababa, hababadagada, hababadadaba, hatabadagadaga, hatada, hababa, hababadagadaga, ba, ba, bababa, babababa, babababa, ba, 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 habababa, hababababa, ba, babababa, ha, 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 ha.
We reached just 60 subs in a week, so I guess I did something right. So to new people, hi, my name is Andrew and I'm a game developer currently developing a 2D hand-drawn shoot-'em-up game about a tadpole cleaning rivers and fighting pollution. I'm working on this game alongside my amazingly talented friend Giacomo, who is the animator and the artist in this game. All the art assets and animations are thanks to him. And a side note to someone who says I don't wear glasses, I do wear glasses, but it's just, I don't know, I feel like I get extra shy when I wear it. Anyways, let's get back to the devlog. So on Monday, Giacomo gave me the final animation for the final boss giant ball attack, and this is how it looks. Also, Giacomo's girlfriend, Rebecca, was amazing and kind enough to help us and work for the otter animation. She's a super talented animator as well, you should totally check her out, link is down below. For now, she gave us this really cute otter wiggling animation for the otter idol, and that's all we did for Monday. On Tuesday, we finalized the auto requirements documentation, and I think I've covered almost everything, but there is so much more we might need to add later on. We want the music of the game to be kind of a love letter to the old school GBA games, as those games have been very close to our hearts. So after all that research, we started looking for some people. Since we're looking for someone to join us, we have to also decide on the budget. Budgeting is very important and crucial, it keeps the game alive. Even if we wish to release this game for free, we have to plan on our time and on our money. And that's all we did on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Giacomo gave me the really cool final boss death animation, and so I implemented that. Because the death animation for the boss are quite long, I have to make sure that the spawning system of the next enemies wouldn't come beforehand. So I had to set on the trigger system for the wave right after the end of death animation for each enemies. Then I implemented the revision for the duck cannon's death animation, and now you can clearly see that it looks much better. You can also see that the enemies aren't actually dying, but they're being washed away from the poison. So it's kind of interesting because the death animation isn't really dying, we just call it death because it's easier for us to program it. But actually in the story, all the enemies, they don't die, but they get cleaned up from all the poisons from the lake. We also wanted to add a trade-off system where the player, when they shoot or when they do something, there's kind of a trade-off between things, so the player have to think more than just pressing shoot. So what I mean by that is that when player shoots, we want the player to have its movement speed slow down, thus making them more rigid, if that's the word, I'm not sure. And this should be especially visible when the player is in frog form. So in frog form, you have to charge up until you can shoot these giant bullets that can hit multiple enemies. And when you're charging, you shouldn't be moving too much. I think that the ability might be too overpowered. Making the player unable to move so much kinda gives a much more engaging game experience. And after all that work is done, we found a musician.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Esper.
Also known as Act Expert on YouTube, he composes this amazing SNES-styled music, and we feel like his passion is aligned with ours. And we look super forward to work with him. This is the music, by the way, and I'm gonna put it in the background for now. And that's all we did on... what day? And that's all we did on Wednesday. Gosh, I'm tired. So on Thursday, Giacomo added some drawing reference in our Mila note for the storyline, both for the introduction as well as the ending. This way it can give a better insight to both me and the musician. Initially, we wanted to make a mobile game, but so many of you guys asked that we could make it to a PC, so I guess we're making that as well. And with some code, the player can now move and start with the keyboard. JK, there's actually plenty of bugs now. So I have been fixing a lot of issues like why aren't the bullets hurting the enemies? Why are the characters not tracking the fire point? Boss enemies? Why am I quarantined? Why am I feeling hungry? What's the point of all this? Where am I going? No! Okay, so there's plenty of bugs happening right now, and I must do what I can to fix them. So I must turn into my epic hacker gamer mode. Kakebon no Jutsu. I'm ready now. That was hard, but I think I managed. If you're also an epic gamer, slap like on this video. On Friday, I fixed the bug that caused the player to only track one fire point. It took me longer than I thought, but I did it. Can you take me seriously with this look? God. We also added egg transitions to the tadpole, so now it feels much better. You can actually see the egg turning into a tadpole, and that's how the game starts. And then Rebecca sent me the first rough animation for the otters. It definitely has a feel now, and I can't wait to see how it turns out in the future. Since Esper was more keen on working on the composition art, we decided to ask our old friend Sebastian to work on the SFX for our game. He was actually the one who also made the sounds and music for Maddie, our first game, which actually surprisingly did pretty well for our very first game, and it is mainly thanks to Giacomo and his amazing art. Seb is this kind of multi-talented guy. He also plays in a band, which is actually super cool. The band's name is called Sorel, and this is how they sound. After I've introduced everybody, all four of us had a revision on our document on Milanote, and things are going pretty good. We did some scheduling for our game plan, and we said that based on implementing all the artist assets, programming, music, and sound effects, we could probably finish it in 3 weeks at best. But of course, in game development, you can never be sure, and especially if you are inexperienced like me, we need to add our estimations by 20 to 100%. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we don't know exactly when we'll finish it, but if it takes us too long, we definitely did something wrong. For the moment, I would say that this development should take us about a month and a bit. I just hope it doesn't take longer than 2 months. And finally, Giacomo and I discussed the intro for the final boss, what it should look like. This is currently how it looks like. It's just the idle animation playing in front. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to write them down in the comment or write me on Discord. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it somewhat. I hope you enjoyed this new look of mine. I'm trying to pull it off. If you enjoyed this devlog, please give it a like. If you would like to see more, please consider to subscribe. I'm also active on the Discord, where I post daily updates on Tadpole Tales. And yeah, so now we are a team 4, and I'm really excited to see where this is going. Hopefully... Oh my god, this is so annoying. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying here. And I don't know what's going on in this video. You can clearly see that I've run out of ideas. Yeah, until next week. Bye.